What if I told you that some of the most powerful forms of manipulation don't look like manipulation at all? They look like love. They look like concern. They look like friendship. Sometimes they even look like advice. And that's exactly why they work. Every day, people unknowingly fall victim to psychological tactics designed to influence their emotions, distort their perception, and control their decisions. The frightening part? Most victims never realize it's happening until the damage has already been done. Tonight, we're exposing 7 dark psychology tricks manipulators use every day. Some are obvious, some are subtle, and at least one of them has probably been used on you before. By the end of this video, you'll know how to recognize these tactics, defend yourself against them, and stop giving manipulators control over your mind. Welcome to Mindshift, where we explore psychology, self-improvement, and the hidden forces shaping human behavior. Let's begin. Right now, someone in your life is using psychological tactics on you that you have no idea about. It might be a coworker, a family member, a partner, or someone you've never even met, an advertiser, a politician, a social media algorithm. The frightening part? These tactics work precisely because you don't recognize them. By the end of this video, you will. And once you can name what's happening to you, it loses almost all of its power. The term comes from a 1944 film where a husband slowly dims the gaslights in their home, and when his wife notices, he convinces her she's imagining it. Modern gaslighting follows the same structure. The manipulator creates a false reality and then attacks your perception of the real one. Here's what it sounds like. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You're remembering it wrong. I never said that. The defense: start documenting. Texts, emails, dates, and times of conversations. Tactic number 2, love bombing. At first, it doesn't feel dangerous. In fact, it feels incredible. Constant compliments, endless attention, text messages every hour, grand promises, intense affection. The manipulator creates the illusion that you found someone extraordinary. But the goal isn't connection. The goal is dependency. By overwhelming you with validation, they accelerate trust faster than it would naturally develop. Once you're emotionally invested, the dynamic changes. The affection becomes inconsistent. The attention disappears. And suddenly you're working to earn back what was freely given in the beginning. The defense? Slow down. Healthy relationships can survive patience. Manipulative ones often cannot. Tactic number 3, triangulation. This tactic introduces a third person into a relationship dynamic. Sometimes the third person is real. Sometimes they're exaggerated. Sometimes they're completely imaginary. The goal is simple. Create insecurity. Create competition. Create emotional instability. You may hear things like, "My ex never had a problem with this. Everyone else agrees with me. You should be more like them." The manipulator isn't interested in the third person. They're interested in controlling your reaction. The defense? Refuse to compete. The moment you recognize the game begins to lose its power. Tactic number 4, future faking. This one is especially dangerous because it exploits hope. The manipulator paints a vivid picture of the future. The dream vacation, the marriage, the promotion, the business partnership, the life you've always wanted, and because the promise feels real, you're willing to tolerate problems in the present. But the future never arrives. Each promise simply leads to another promise. Behavioral psychologists have long understood that anticipated rewards can influence decisions even more powerfully than actual rewards. That's exactly what makes future faking so effective. The defense? Judge people by patterns, not promises. Actions reveal intention. Words only reveal possibility. Tactic number 5, intermittent reinforcement. This is one of the most powerful conditioning mechanisms ever discovered. Casinos use it. Social media platforms use it. Manipulators use it. The formula is simple: reward, withdrawal, reward, withdrawal. Because the reward is unpredictable, the brain becomes obsessed with obtaining it. The uncertainty itself becomes addictive. You start chasing moments of validation, moments of kindness, moments of affection, even when they're surrounded by mistreatment. The defense? Stop evaluating isolated moments. Evaluate the pattern. Consistency is healthier than intensity. Tactic number 6, guilt tripping. Healthy guilt helps us correct mistakes. Manipulative guilt controls behavior. The difference matters. You may hear, after everything I've done for you, if you really cared about me, I guess I just don't matter. The goal isn't accountability. The goal is compliance. Your empathy becomes leverage. Your compassion becomes a tool used against you. The defense? Ask yourself a simple question. Is this guilt proportional to what actually happened? If the answer is no, you may be looking at manipulation rather than accountability. Tactic number 7, the silent treatment. On the surface, it looks passive, but psychologically, it can be extremely powerful. Communication disappears. Messages go unanswered. Calls are ignored. The goal is punishment through withdrawal. Humans are wired for connection. Social rejection activates many of the same neural pathways associated with physical pain. Manipulators understand this instinctively. They use silence to create anxiety, uncertainty, self-doubt. The defense? Name the behavior, respect your boundaries, and refuse to chase someone who is intentionally withholding communication as a form of control. The truth is, manipulation only works in the dark. It survives on confusion. It survives on uncertainty. It survives on people never learning the rules of the game. But now you know what to look for. You know the tactics. You know the warning signs. And most importantly, you know how to defend yourself. That's what Mindshift is all about. Helping you understand the psychology behind everyday life so you can make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and take control of your future. If you found value in this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It takes just a second, but it helps us create more content like this and reach more people who need it. And in the comments below, tell me, which of these 7 tactics have you experienced personally? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, change your mind, change your life. This is Mindshift. I'll see you in the next video.